Você está com a Rock Company Radio Web. You are in Brazil, Rock Company Radio Web.
Hi, it's Australian blueswoman Fiona Boyes here, and I'm excited to let you know that I've got a radio special coming up out of Brazil on Rock Company Radio Web. I hope you can join me, both in Brazil and around the world. Hello, my name's Fiona Boyes, and I'm an Australian singer, songwriter, and blues guitarist. And I'd like to thank Rock Company Radio Web for inviting me to have this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and about my music. As I said, I play blues, and I always have very much played traditional style stuff. My music is firmly based in a range of regional blues styles, but it's my own kind of take, it's my own kind of flavour, from everything from classic women's era blues in the 1920s style stuff, acoustic fingerpicking. I started off as an acoustic country blues fingerpicker, and then I moved on to playing electric blues, playing more gritty electric Chicago style blues with a band, and more recently things like Mississippi style blues with that kind of swampy slide, not only on acoustic and electric guitars, but also on a collection of very individual one-off cigar box guitars and things like that.
Well, a wise man told me, hey, you know what he said? Said if you know what you want, you gotta go out and get it. Well, I know what I want just to show as I'm born. I want you, baby, like a chicken wants corn. I want you like a chicken wants corn. Fortune teller, yeah, give me the news, 'cause I know I was born for the blues, and I know what I want just to show when I'm born. I want you, baby, like a chicken wants corn. I want you, chicken wants corn. Hey, like a chicken wants corn, that's how I want you, baby. Like a chicken wants corn, I want you. Yeah, what I'm saying, baby, like a chicken wants corn. Well, a wise man told me, hey, you know what he said? He said if you know what you want, you gotta go out and get it. I know what I Phone's calling, I want you. You know the why, when. You know the wind is bound to blow. You know the why, when. You know the wind is bound to blow. You can't deny it, darling. You know the good Lord made you so. I ain't had no rest nor peace. Oh, and you know that ain't no lie. No rest, no peace. And no, that ain't a lie. That man of mine came sliding on by. My man, hey, I'm gonna travel right by your side. You can't deny it. it, darling. You know the good Lord made you so. You can't deny it, darling. You know the good Lord made you so.
When I first started playing, I just had borrowed an acoustic guitar. Then I got an electric guitar and a bass. And I thought at that stage I had everything I needed. But of course, I was so wrong. And I started in recent years collecting more guitars and realising that different instruments make you play different ways. So I think now I'm up to about 30 guitars, which range from different styles of acoustic and resonator acoustic guitars, electric guitars. I have a very rare electric baritone, which has another flavour again, and lap guitars, and most recently a collection which is growing of these crazy cigar box guitars, which are all made out of cigar boxes. And the tradition of these instruments is that they are made out of whatever you have lying about. So they're very interesting instruments to play, and they range from now a 1-string, 3-string, 4-string instruments, which are very different to play from straight guitars. Over the course of my career, I've released 11 albums under my own name, as well as 5 previous albums with my first band called the Mojos, which was an all-female band here in Australia. I'm lucky enough to say that over the years I've done a lot of touring. My music has taken me to extensive touring in North America, Europe, Scandinavia, South Africa, as well, of course, right here in my home in Australia.
I sure wish I could go back home. Yeah, I sure wish I could go back home. Sometimes there ain't no place like a home, sweet home. Where you talk about rambling, well, it suits your clothes. Talk about rambling, well, it suits your clothes. Yeah, I could go most any place, but my heart wants to go back home. My hat in Kansas City and my shirt on up the road. Hey, but my shoes come from my hometown. Hey, now watch them walk me home. Whoa, no, mama. But I miss my hometown friend. You know this guitar dragged me around like a mule, but I know where my journey ends. 'Cause I sure wish I could go back home. Yeah, I sure wish I could go back home.
I started playing guitar in my mid-20s and didn't play my first gig until I was 28 or so. Before that, I was working as a graphic designer and working in publishing and advertising for a while, and I travelled. I grew up in Melbourne, Australia, in the suburbs, had a very lovely childhood, and certainly I came from a family that valued music. We all played instruments. My mother played piano and my father loved to sing. And but it was just part of the whole round of family life. It was not huge. My parents liked a lot of big band jazz and swing music, but I guess I didn't really hear blues, proper blues, until I got to college when I went to study graphic design. I actually played clarinet when I was a kid for a while in high school, but it was frustrating because I was learning very formal lessons, So I couldn't just play. I needed to have the music, the sheet music in front of me, and so that became frustratingly like work, and I quit that. So I hadn't played an instrument for many years, but I had become a big blues fan. When I went to college, there was a club on campus, a folk and blues club, and the guy that ran that was a harmonica player and a guitarist, and he was really into a lot of early blues. So the first blues I ever heard was 1920s, 1930s, a lot of raw documentary recordings and field recordings. I think a lot of people who love the blues started off with rock music and then worked their way backwards into the roots of the music. But it was the other way around for me. The first stuff I heard was very much the roots of the music, and I just loved it. And when I first heard people like Howling Wolf, I was just blown away. It was a moment that changed my life, because I'd never been that interested in a lot of mainstream pop music and pop music that was on the radio and stuff. Didn't really move me, not the way this music moved me when I first heard blues. It was just so strong and visceral, and so I became a big fan. I went to see a lot of the visiting blues acts that were coming out from America on tour, and Melbourne has always had a very strong music scene, so there was a lot of local blues bands playing as well. And I'd say that one of my first local idols was a guy in Melbourne, Australia called Dutch Tilders. And I'd been listening to early country blues fingerpicking people like Big Bill Broonzy in particular, and Blind Willie McTell, and Mississippi John Hurt, Tommy Johnson. But this guy Dutch played a lot of his own stuff, but he also played a lot of Big Bill Broonzy. And that was the first time I had the transition from listening to music at home on vinyl or something, but then going to a gig and seeing a live musician playing that style of blues. And I remember seeing Dutch for the first time in a little club, and he was a very strong player and a great finger picker, which really influenced me, and is probably the reason why I became a fingerstyle player rather than a plectrum player. But that was a huge influence on me. And of course, all the very traditional music that I was listening to, all the American artists that I was listening to. And one of the most strong impressions I got was listening to Howling Wolf. I remember hearing Howling Wolf for the first time and just being so amazed. And then realising the guitar playing in that was Hubert Sumlin. And Hubert, who I found out later is also a finger picker, a fingerstyle player, he was such an incredible influence on so many guitar players. Some of the revered guitar heroes like Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck and Keith Richards. Those sort of guys have said that Hubert was a big influence on them, and that he really sort of revitalised and reinvented the electric guitar at the time he was playing. So for me, not only was it amazing to later on, 10 years, if you flash forward then 10 years, I actually get a chance to meet Hubert, and not only just meet him, but I also toured with him and played with him. And one of the most special things in my life, one of my most special memories, is having the opportunity to go and visit Hubert Sumlin, Howling Wolf's guitarist, one weekend in his home in Milwaukee in America. And he was home for the weekend, and he invited me and my road manager, Suze Holmes, to come and visit him. And it was just the most magical experience, because here I sat with this blues hero, and he was not only such a wonderful guitarist, but a lovely gentleman, a very lovely person. And, we sat and we talked and we jammed, and he showed me memorabilia he had around the house, and he had an ancient old Cadillac out the back, and we went and got that started somehow, and we drove to the store and we bought fried chicken and watermelon and wine, and we sat and we ate, and he told me so many stories about the years that he spent on the road with Howling Wolf, and this is the sort of experience that was so magical for me. Remembering that, I started off for many years as a fan before I ever tried to become a blues guitarist myself.
Well, once I had a man, but he was nothing but a country fool. Here's a man who thinks he can plow, and so he gets himself a mule. Yeah, he gets himself a mule who will work real hard from the dawn till the setting sun. While he's busy doing nothing, business still getting done. Well, one day I said, hey, I ain't nothing but just a man's mule, and the way that I'm letting him do me, I ain't nothing but a doggone fool. 'Cause a woman ain't a mule. Yeah, a woman, she ain't a mule. And if you think that's how you ought to treat me, well, I'm taking you back to school. 'Cause a woman ain't a mule. Well, now a fool is strutting round, talking big about how he's heading up. But running your mouth ain't working, and you keeping its mouth shut. Well, if you've been living the same story, girl, maybe it's time to change your plans. Yeah, you need some respect, woman. Don't need a fool. You need a man, 'cause a woman ain't a mule. Yeah, well, a woman, she ain't a mule. And if you think that's how you ought to treat me, well, I'm taking you back to school. 'Cause a woman ain't a mule. Woman ain't a mule. Woman ain't a mule. Woman ain't a mule. Oh, woman ain't a mule. Oh, she ain't a mule. Oh, woman ain't a mule. Oh, woman ain't a mule. She ain't a mule. Oh, woman ain't a mule. Look out, love, I'm gonna get you. Look out, love, I'm on your tail. Love, I wish I never met you. Gonna spread salt on your tail. They say love's a bird with spread wings. Well, it's open season on feather things, and push us done to shove. Look out, love. Well, I looked across the truck to the place you used to sit. But since you flew the coop, baby, I had to pack it up and quit. Moon equipped, twin carburetors, talking from and did your letter. Good God above, look out, love. I should have been TCB. I started digging these foolish notions about shooting stars and crashing oceans. Too much emotion, need no love. So look out, love, I'm gonna get you. Look out, love, I'm on your tail. Love, I wish I never met you. Gonna spread salt on your tail. They say love's a bird with splendid wings. Well, it's open season, all feathered things. Push us down to shove, look out, love. They say love's a bird with splendid wings. Well, it's open season, all feathered things. Push us down to shove, look out, love.
I started out on acoustic guitar, and I'm not sure why guitar, because a lot of friends who got me into blues were actually harmonica players, and I listened to a lot of harmonica, but I guess because I didn't own an instrument and I was just borrowing them. Guitars are so common, and I could borrow a guitar, and that was easy. And in fact, that led me to, on a borrowed guitar, to play one of my first public performances. I heard on the local radio that there was an open mic night at a coffee shop where they'd let anybody up to play, and I'd been learning some finger-picking country blues. So that leads me to the first real song that was very important to me and I remember playing, and that was a song by Blind Willie McTell called Searching the Desert for the Blues. And I borrowed a car, I borrowed a guitar, and I drove across town to a part of town where nobody knew me and got up on stage for one of the first times at this open mic night. And I played that song, and I was very nervous indeed, but I somehow survived, and I was thrilled after I got off stage without having a heart attack from nerves, that the people who ran the coffee shop said, "Congratulations, you've won tonight's competition." And what I didn't know at the time was that they were running a competition over, 8 or 10 weeks, where the amateur players who were coming to play at this open night, they were selecting one person from each of the nights, and they were going to have a final playoff, and you could win a beautiful Australian Maiden acoustic guitar. That was the prize. So a few weeks later, I went back and played my one song at the final, the same song by Blind Willie McTell, and I ended up winning, which was incredible. It was such a great thing because at that point, I didn't even own my own guitar, and that's how I got my first guitar.
Well, I ain't what I say, and you know it's true. I ain't what I say, Lord, and you know it's true. I take a gal like me, baby, make a fool out of you. Low down, down home, country, yeah, I can. I come from way down south in a foreign land. Love down, down home, I'll make you holler, and yeah. Love down, down home, I'll make you holler, and yeah. Well, I tell the truth, boys, I'm a city-born country gal. Yeah, I tell the truth, boys, I'm a city-born country gal. Over yonder, down Moses Lane, outside the frying catfish, inside the raisin cane. I'm going down to Tallahassee to the church on a Moses Lane. Yeah, I can hear the call, and I can't wait to get there. Oh, my old friend's hanging on the wall. I'm going down to Bradfordville and have myself a ball. Over yonder, a long time ago, when you need a little moonshine, you need some place to blow. Yeah, it ain't on the highway, but the folks will know where to go. Yeah, over yonder, have yourself a time, 'cause folks are dancing, drinking whiskey, beer, and wine. 'Cause there ain't nothing like a juke joint. Have yourself a time. Yeah, over yonder, down Moses Lane, outside the frying catfish, inside the raisin cane. Take me down to Tallahassee to the juke joint on Moses Lane. Yeah, take me down to Bradfordville to the juke joint on Moses Lane. Yeah, take me down to Tallahassee to the juke joint on Moses Lane.
Then I was invited back later to play at that coffee shop and other coffee shops in the area. So my first shows were all solo acoustic. You know, I had to quickly go and learn. I look back and I think, how did I manage to play for 3 hours? I was still a very beginning player. But I guess I'd been playing in the coffee shops for a year or maybe a year and a half when I had the opportunity to join my first band. And that was a band in Melbourne, Australia called The Mojos. And it was an all-female band, not through any plan at the beginning, but just because we girls knew each other because we were all blues fans and we were going to see a lot of shows and a lot of gigs. And one night at a party, we realised that we all were beginners on different instruments, and we thought it would be really fun to get together and start playing. That made me decide that I better go and borrow an electric guitar, because I thought I'd look silly playing with a proper band on my acoustic. So I borrowed an electric, and that started a whole new journey. The Mojos went on to be together for many years, and really it was quite amazing how the band continued to develop. And because there were so few women playing in the blues scene at that time, it was an opportunity for us to support one another. We had bass, drums, piano, harmonica and guitar, and it was an opportunity for us to support each other and play a lot of gigs. And we ended up being together for many years, and started exploring songwriting and extended our playing, and we actually made 5 albums together over the years. So that was a really important opportunity for me to develop my playing and explore new styles of blues, as well as the acoustic country blues style stuff, which is what I started with.
my smokestack lighter now. Shining just like gold. Oh, don't you hear me cry?
All the albums that I've made over the years have been recorded quickly and mostly live in the studio, so 1, 2, 3 days. We made 5 albums with the Mojos as a band, but that band sort of acted like a collective. So when I think about my first album, I think of my first solo album, which is where I really had the first opportunity to have to really plan everything. The album is called Blues in My Heart, and it's a solo acoustic album. And I made that in 2000. And it was different because it was the first time. It's got 16 tracks and 10 originals. So there was a lot more of my own songs in there. So there's a lot more investment in the album. And it was a real learning curve for me. I learnt a lot, and that was the beginning of really my solo career. It's not been easy over the years because, you know, it's a crazy way to try and make a living. There's no security being a musician. You know, I laugh and say every time I close my guitar case, I'm looking for a job. But there is something about playing music, and particularly playing for an audience, which is, if you have a passion for it, there's nothing like it. And so it feels vocational. I have to do it. And I'm, you know, proud to say that I've made a living playing mostly original, non-mainstream blues music for a living now for 25 years. I was lucky about the time, well, straight after I made Blues in My Heart, after having to write all those songs about the no good men in my life, which, you know, I had the blues. They were a good source of inspiration for some of my songs, my exes. But then I met my match, and so over the years since then, I've been lucky to have my beautiful husband by my side, who's been very encouraging and always supportive of my music career. Together we've enjoyed a lot of grand adventures in the blues world over the years. People are often surprised to discover that my husband is a priest. And as I say all the time, my husband, I'm married to a priest and I play the devil's music. Thus we keep the universe in balance. But in reality, he's a very different person from what you might expect. He's an Anglican priest, so Episcopalian, and over the years he's been a biker, an academic, a music promoter. He's been the dean of an Anglican cathedral. He's worked with Western Desert Aboriginal people in Australia and in America, researching Appalachian snake handling churchgoers. So he's a very interesting and layered person, and he's certainly been a great inspiration as well as a support. These days, you might find him on the side of the road helping to fix the tour van, or maybe doing the sound at one of my gigs. He's widely known in the blues scene simply as the preacher.
Well, now back in Black Mountain, a child will slap your face. Back in Black Mountain, child will slap your face. There's babies crying for liquor, and all the birds sing bass. Well, now folks in Black Mountain, they're just as mean as they can be. man in town. Yeah, man in Black Mountain now. He was the sweetest man in town. But he got himself a city woman, Lord, and he put me down. We got the devil in my soul, and I'm full of bad, bad booze. Got the devil in my soul, and I'm full of bad, bad booze. I come here looking for trouble. I got the Black Mountain Blues. The sweetest man in town. I had a man in Black Mountain. He was the sweetest man in town. But you know, he got himself a city woman, Lord, and he put me down. So I'm bound for Black Mountain, I said, me and my razor and my gun. Well, I'm bound for Black Mountain, me and my razor and my gun. I'm gonna shoot him if he stands still. I'm gonna cut him if he runs. Well, now, easy, baby. I said, easy, baby. I said, slow and easy, baby. Let your mama love you night and day. Well, now you don't have to cry and moan. Just hold me, baby, in your arms and take it easy. easy, 'cause I want a man who takes his time. I said, slow and easy, let your mama love you night and day. Slow and easy. I want a man who takes his time. Slow and easy, baby.
Performing and songwriting in a traditional musical form like the blues sets up an interesting creative tension, I think. It's about respecting the stylistic conventions and the traditions of the music while at the same time attempting to find your own individual voice within that tradition. Most of the songs I perform these days are originals, but you can definitely hear the roots of the music, and I can definitely hear the echoes of my influences and my mentors in the blues scene. I was always really wary of being put into a competitive setting because it was kind of difficult coming up as a female guitarist because there weren't any others in my local scene. So you're sort of learning to play in a vacuum. A really pivotal experience for me was winning the local playoffs and being sent to America to represent my local blues society, the Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society, at the International Blues Challenge in Memphis.
My bags are packed now. Lord, and I gotta go. My bags are packed now. Lord, and I gotta go. Well, I can't stay here no more. I can't stay here no more. See me walking out, I'm walking out that door. I can't stay here no more. I can't stay here no more. I wanna know, baby, what is on your mind? find a home. I can't stay here no more. I can't stay here no more. My bags are packed. Well, the devil you know living right next door. Well, the devil you know living right next door. And the left hand hiding from the right one. Nobody's paying the bills. Good people running scared, and the angels are heading for the hills. Everybody wanna know what's going on behind your door. Even God's getting mighty tired just from keeping score. Ain't nobody business which way the ill wind blows. Got people accusing you before they even say hello. Well, they hang from the windows, peeking through the cracks. Won't you get your big nose out my business? Don't let me bring it back. But the devil you know, him right next door. The devil you know living. Hot in your shotgun shack, living underground. You may be making money and they call you Missy, and it worth what's going down. Cause they hang from the windows, peeking through the cracks. Won't you get your big nose out my business? Don't let me bring it back. The devil you know, living right next door. Devil you know is living. The devil you know is living right next door.
It was my first ever visit to America, and I had no idea what they might think of me or my original songs, and I was competing in the solo duo section. As it was my first visit to the US, all I could think about was that here I was playing on Beale Street, playing in the same place where all my blues heroes would have played back in the day. I was just thrilled to be there. I was excited to be part of the competition, and wasn't really expecting anything. But then I won. That was 2003, and I was the first non-American and the first woman to win the International Blues Challenge. It was an amazing experience, and that was great because it then gave me an entree into the American blues scene. I was invited back to play at the Handy Awards that year, and it created a lot of opportunities for me to meet some of my blues heroes. I remember going back for those Handy Awards, meeting Ruth Brown and Solomon Burke and Bobby Rush, and it was like a dream come true. A few years after that, in 2007, I got the chance to make my first American recording, and that was the Lucky 13 album on the Yellow Dog record label. I recorded that album in Austin, Texas with Kaz Kazanoff producing, and there was guests like Marsha Ball and Bob Margolin and the Texas Horns. You know, it's still a favourite album. It's probably mostly out of pressing these days, but it's got some really great songs on it. And I guess that brings me back to the songwriting process. You know, like a lot of songwriters have a regular process, but for me inspiration comes from all different sorts of places. Maybe a particular instrument or tuning, travelling, playing or connecting with other musicians and artists. You know, some songs are really hard work and they take ages to find a proper shape, while others practically write themselves. And I'm thinking of one of the songs on Lucky 13, which is called Stranger in Your Eyes. It's about a sad episode in my life. It was a rough breakup. And when I had the idea for the song, I wrote down the title, Stranger in Your Eyes. And at the time, my feelings were just too raw to write about. So I left that scrap of paper in a drawer. And about 5 years later, I picked up my guitar one morning and I just played the song. It was like I already knew it, like I'd been writing it in my subconscious in the years between. So I don't know how the blues magic always works.
One day you love me, the next you're not sure. Your love is like a revolving door. I've given up now, baby, I quit trying. Well, how the hell am I supposed to read your mind? 'Cause I ain't no fortune teller, I ain't got no crystal ball. Why don't you love me all the way, baby, or just don't love me at all? Well, if I ain't what you want, baby, hey, that's cool. Ain't trying to trick you, I just want the truth. I got my own baggage, I don't need yours too. You got commitment issues, baby, that's on you. 'Cause I ain't pushing, I'm just saying, that's all. Why don't you love me all the way, baby, or just don't love me at all? Check to the edge, baby, if you're so afraid to fall. Why don't you love me all the way, baby, or just don't love me at all? Well now, sink or swim, do or die, get on the bus before it passes you by. Might not know much, but you can bet your boots. One thing for certain that I ain't gonna do. Well, I ain't gonna sit around now, baby, praying that you just might call. Why don't you love me all the way, baby, or just don't love me at all? Why do you take it to the edge if you're so afraid to fall? Why don't you love me all the way, babe, or just don't love me at all? Why don't you love me all the way, or just don't love me at all? you love me, baby. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so. You know it's cold out here. You know it's cold out here. You know it's cold out here on the parchment farm. Baby, please don't go. Before I be your dog. Before I be your dog, before I be your dog, I beg you all night long, baby, please don't go. Turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low, baby. Well, turn your lamp down low, baby. Love you so. Baby, before I be your dog, baby. Before I be your dog, I beg you all night long. Please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so. Oh, baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. It hurts me so.
I continue to tour internationally, which I really enjoy a great deal, playing for all different sorts of people around the world. And I've just come back this year from 2 months touring in America, not only just playing shows, but also I was the guitar instructor at the Pine Top Perkins Foundation workshops in Clarksdale, Mississippi, which was a great honour. Those workshops were in June, but I went out to the States in May at the start of that tour for the Blues Music Awards run by the Blues Foundation in Memphis, because I had a nomination this year for Traditional Female Blues Artist of the Year, the Coco Taylor Award, which is a great honour. They're very prestigious awards, really considered the peak accolade internationally for blues artists. That was my 8th nomination over the years. My first nomination was for Contemporary Album of the Year in 2007, which was Lucky 13, the album I was talking about a little while ago, my first American recording. Over the years, I've been nominated Contemporary Female Artist, Acoustic Album, Acoustic Artist, Traditional Female Artist. So I guess I've kept everybody guessing. And that's partly because my albums tend to be separate bodies of work which reflect my interests at the time. I tend to swap between acoustic projects and electric projects. My latest album is called Voodoo in the Shadows, and I guess it follows on from my previous electric album Box and Dice, Box and Dice was an album where I was really first discovering the cigar box guitars, and I wanted to feature them for the first time. And that's the title of the album. Box and Dice is actually named for one of my cigar box guitars, which is a cigar box with dice for volume, tone and knobs. So that's what that happened. I started digging into Mississippi style blues on that album. I did an acoustic album in between. As I said, I often swap between. I did then an album called Professing the Blues, which was a very particular and interesting album to make, with revered audiophile engineer Professor Keith O. Johnson, and that was recorded in Skywalker Ranch in California. So that was an acoustic project for Reference Recordings, an audiophile thing. But when I got a chance to make another self-produced album, I made the latest one, Voodoo in the Shadows, and it's a bit like the influences I was exploring in Mississippi and Louisiana style blues, but with a bit of a broader instrumentation. So my wonderful Melbourne band musicians, Tim Neal, plays Hammond, piano, electric bass and sax, and my drummer is also a great hand percussionist as well as a kit drummer. His name's Mark Grundon. And I was touring with Johnny Sansone from New Orleans, so he's a guest on a few tracks playing harmonica and accordion.
Well, it's late at night, I walk in the floor. I'm thinking about the people that are gone before. Blues is for the living, but all the same, you know the dead ain't gone if you call their name. The dead ain't gone if you call their name. What is the soul of a woman, Lord? What is the soul of a man? Well, I'm keeping the faith, just the best that I can, just the best that I can. Well, I see you but stumbling in my dreams sometimes. Good old pine. Willie Big Eye Smith is there, James Cotton too. They tell me what we all gotta do. We gotta call their name. We gotta call their name. Well, I never saw Memphis Minnie, but I heard her records play. In heaven, Dutch Tilton's is dueling with Jesse and me. What is the soul of a woman? What is the soul of a man? Well, I'm keeping the faith, just the best that I can. I'm gonna call the name. gotta make another dollar, you gotta make another day. But I feel spirits move every time I play. What is the soul of a woman? What is the soul of a man? All I know is I'm keeping the faith, people, just the best that I can. I'm gonna call their name. I'm gonna call their name. I'm gonna call their name. Party at Red's.
Voodoo in the Shadows is like a virtual road trip. It's like you're starting somewhere in the Mississippi Hill Country and travelling down through Memphis and Jackson, Mississippi, and down into Louisiana and New Orleans. It has flavours of a lot of traditional styles of music, from really swampy Mississippi style stuff and slide and cigar box, through to gospel and Louisiana swamp pop, which is quite melodic. I'm very proud of the album, and I'm really glad how it turned out. It was very hands-on because it also features artwork that I made on the cover, and even the typeface for the title comes from a hand print that I made that type by hand. So I put a great deal of effort and investment into all my albums, and I'm proud of my body of work. I've released 16 albums, including the ones I did with the Mojos. This is the 11th album under my own name, and yet I still have lots of ideas. I continue to be writing and thinking about other albums that I could make, because to me, I like that old style idea of each album being its own musical journey. So they're all quite different. The acoustic albums, the electric albums, the one I've recorded in America, the ones I've recorded here in Australia. But each album should have its own feel and its own style, and that's the joy of it. And I'm sure there's many more to be made.
Spell. Did you throw a black cap on down wishing well? What you put on me? Hey, I won't know. Did you burn a candle or something more? Well, you gave me a silver dollar years ago. I've been with you ever since, and I guess that goes to show you put something on me, baby. What you put on me, baby? You're under my skin. What keep me by your side through thick and thin? Did you get a lucky mojo with your black cat bone? Did you do a little hoodoo to keep me in your home? Soft, my sweet, whisper in my ear, silently, so you and I alone can hear. Closer now, baby, a little closer still. I can feel my heart in the grip of a dark and dangerous love.
I would love to come to Brazil and play and hear the music. I'm fascinated, actually. The funny thing is that I had never really heard much Brazilian guitar music, and just recently my friend Little Joe McLaren, the American blues guy, introduced me to this music because Little Joe's been touring and playing in Brazil in recent years, and he was telling me about all his great experiences and how the music has influenced his playing, and he played me some of this music. Sounded fantastic. Before that, my only experience of Brazilian music was from the drumming side of things, the drumming point of view. My drummer here in Australia, Mark Grunden, I mentioned before, he is a very good hand percussionist. Well, he was playing in a band called Bad Boys Batucada, and he is also plays Latin American music. He has a great interest in Brazilian drumming styles, as well as being a great jazz and blues player and playing in my band. He runs a samba school and he plays batucada music. So I'd heard a lot of Brazilian drumming because I'd gone to see him play with that band, which is really interesting. I think it would be fascinating to hear this music in Brazil, where it belongs, where it comes from, at its home. Of course, it doesn't seem to matter where you are in the world. The blues scene and the guitar scene in particular seems to be always male dominated, but there are some great female players about, and of course I'm thinking of contemporary players like Joanne Shaw Taylor and Debbie Davies and Anna Popovic, Samantha Fish, and I've played with Debbie Davies, for example, and she's a great player, and I've jammed with Anna Popovic. I think some of those women players are a little bit more electric or rockier than me. My electric playing, that's not to say I can't rock out, but I think I have more of a traditional basis to my music, even though it has its own individual sound. With my acoustic work, there's some fantastic acoustic female guitarist players like Del Rey, Mary Flower, Rory Block, and I've played with those women too. Very interesting, different players. In fact, a few years ago at a great festival called Merlefest in America, they put together an acoustic blues lineup, which happened to be all of us women, and it was a wonderful treat. Because often you go to festivals and events, and you can often be the only woman on the bill or the only female guitarist, and so it was great to have an opportunity to work with a whole bunch of us all playing together. Whether you're male or female, I think one of the hot topics these days is how fast technology has changed in recent years, and for me, I don't think it made a great deal of difference, certainly not to my playing, because, I don't use a lot of high-tech stuff. I just like to have my instruments into an old-style vintage tube amp. So, that side of things doesn't change. I guess the biggest change has been in, the consumption of music, people using platforms like Spotify, which, it's hard because it's obviously a way of people being able to have access to a lot of music, but, the musician doesn't really get the same amount of money as if they could sell a CD or an album. And I like albums, and I've just made my first vinyl here in Australia, which I kept all my vinyl, and I love that. But the traditional things are still the most important to me. If people come to the gigs, and also traditional platforms like radio, whether it's web-based, that technology is fantastic, because this is one of the best ways that musicians can get their music out to the world, particularly when you're playing blues, you're playing non-mainstream music. Then community radio and web radio is a fantastic avenue for really dedicated presenters who love the music and are passionate about it to present this music to a wider audience.
Carry me down to the ballroom and tell the folks I'm throwing down. Carry me down to the ballroom, tell the folks I'm throwing down. I ain't messing, Lord, I ain't fooling around. Bring me a shotgun, babe, oh, some whiskey and some wine. Get me a shotgun, here's some whiskey and some wine. Hard-headed woman, she gon' get you every time. Well, I might get me a razor and a chop jotting the cockaroo. But I'm a full grown up woman, ain't nobody's business if I do. Ain't nobody's business if I do. I'm gonna show you, little boy, what one little old gal can do. Cockaroo. Well, I'm a full grown up woman, ain't nobody's business if I do. Ain't nobody's business if I do. Yeah, I'm gonna show you, boy, what one little old gal can do. Go have my fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do some signifying too. Yeah, have my fun. I'm gonna do some signifying too. Yeah, I'm gonna show you, boy, yeah, what one little old gal can do. Well, get my guitar, baby. Oh, let's head on into town. Yeah, get my guitar. Let's head on into town. You know I ain't messing, I ain't fooling around. You know I ain't messing, fooling around. You got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. You got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe we'll get on fine. Be true to yourself and lighten your load. It wasn't God or the devil made you. Choose your road. Walk your own road, walk it with grace. Let light and love set your pace. You got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe, just maybe you got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe we'll get on fine. to treat each other. Treat your sister right. Why don't you treat your brother right? Treat your sister right. Treat your brother right. Oh, well, I'm searching for a guiding light to push back the darkness on every side. People judging ain't acting right. Who is wrong and who has the right? You got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. You got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe you got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe, just maybe, you got your way, I got mine, with a little respect. Maybe we'll get on fine.
As far as technology goes, I think social media is the one huge change that has made such a difference to a musician's life. For example, I have a Facebook page, a Facebook personal profile, Instagram, Twitter, as well as my website, fionaboyes.com. You know, and sometimes you just think, well, it takes time to be updating and creating content for all these platforms, and I'd rather just be playing guitar, you know. But the upside of that has been the incredible opportunity to connect with people all over the world, and it's a very powerful tool, actually. So I feel really lucky that I can connect with other people that are passionate about the blues. I feel very lucky that I have a chance to play the music that I love, and that I've had a chance to meet some of my heroes and some of the original old players. It's been an incredible journey. Over all the years I've been playing the blues, my ethos has always remained the same. It's very simple. Just get to the next gig, try and improve my musicianship, and always try and do my very best for the audience. Because after all, the audience is the reason why you get to be a musician. For now though, I'd like to thank you all for sharing some time with me, and I'd particularly like to thank Rock Company Radio Web for this wonderful opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and my music. I'm blues guitarist Fiona Boyes, and I'd love to come and play for you one day. Here's hoping.
Others say that it's enchanting, just like Paris in the spring. And some just say la vie, take the blues down a Bourbon Street. La c'est le bon temps roulé. Every day is a holiday in New Orleans. In New Orleans. In New Orleans.
Você está com a Rock Company Radio Web. You are in Brazil. Rock Company Radio Web.